It's the 14th of February 2024. I welcome you on the program once more. Of course, it's by Sundays at Newsstands on Flip TV. I'm Michael Adekunle. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone watching us. The season of love, a day of love, and we wish everyone a lovely day. All right, we have different stories today that we'll be treating. Let's quickly move to the business of the day. The first news. What do we have there? The first news. All right, Emefiele forged documents used to withdraw $6.2 million cash from CBN vaults, says ex SGF. Down the paper, we have accounts for how you spend increased revenue, federal government tells PDP governance. To the next one, news direct, the Nigerian news direct. Federal government declares tax waiver orders for companies involved in gas pipeline construction. And still on this forgery case, $6.2 million fraud. $6.2 million fraud. Ex SGF accuses Emefiele of forgery. To the next one, federal government to create additional land banks, commodity board to tackle food inflation, says the vice president of the country, Shetima. To the next one on sports, what has the president done for the Super Eagles of Nigeria? On AFCON 2023, Tinubu rewards Super Eagles of Nigeria with national honor land gifts. On to the next one. Another paper. This Nigeria. This morning, at the newsstand, $6.2 million fraud. Forged document did not emanate from me. Ex SGF. Boss Mustafa testifies. CBN staff, 2 others declared wanted for forging Buhari's signature in Emefiele's trial. Shelf electricity subsidy removal, experts warn federal government, say it will worsen people's economic plight, aggravate cost of living, increase inflation rates, charge government to strengthen the energy sector. No going back on ground rent in Abuja, says Wike. Bandits kill 4, including policemen. Abduct 40 others. Bandits kill 4. including policemen in Zamfara, abduct 40 others. News. This this morning, let's see if we have some stories to read out to the viewers watching us presently. Of course, the NLC, the Nigeria Labour Congress, said that with what we are experiencing in the country, the body or the organization may demand 1 million naira as minimum wage. And there is a situation in the country. We've been saying it, hunger crisis in the land. It is a serious condition that the government needs to look into. All right, what as the special advisor on information and strategy, that's Bayo Onanuga, said concerning the nation? Let's see. Bayo Onanuga said that the most populous African nation, that's Nigeria, is a very poor country. Onanuga said the resources of the country are only being exaggerated by the citizens, adding that the minimum wage of the Nigerian workers is far below to their counterparts, which is true. The presidential aide said this in an interview with Arise TV prime time program. And he said, what is happening in our country is a very, very poor. What is happening is that our country, very poor country, will tell you why I said we are very, very poor. I think we have a wrong impression of the wealth of our country. It is exaggerated. That's what Bayo Ononuga is saying. But the bottom line here is that the country presently is not doing well in terms of providing basic amenities to its citizens. Nigerians are suffering, and the government needs to do something very, 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 very quick to avert this raging crisis, hunger crisis in Nigeria. And we have one of our reviewers here, Michael. You're welcome on the program. We need to dissect this together.
Okay,
It's a low key. Good morning to you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning.
It's a low key celebration in Nigeria. I'm talking about the Valentine, the season of love. Everybody understands what Valentine stands for. But in Nigeria today, 2024, February 14 Valentine's celebration, when you look at the faces of Nigerians, you will see that the atmosphere is not speaking well, regarding the celebration of this lovely day. I think this is as a result of the current challenges we are facing in the country. Situation whereby you don't have food to eat, you don't have means of livelihood, insecurity everywhere. I'm sure that some of our people are held captive. Some of them are in the custody of these kidnappers, and you expect such people to celebrate Valentine's Day. But before I go, let me say happy Valentine's Day to our viewers watching us presently. We appreciate you for always joining us on this program. Thank you so much, everyone. Michael, you're welcome on the program.
Okay. I think happy Valentine to everyone, viewers out there. If we look at the story of Valentine, we will understand that it was a story about love. It was a story about relationship. It's about a story of family. It's about a story that add values to humanity. It is a story of expression. So I think the world took it up from there and set out a day to celebrate morals. For me, it should be a day for morals, where families, friends, loved ones, should go out anywhere they feel that they can go, and have, a social time, for themselves. Is what it. I don't think we should be here promoting immorality because it is Lovers' Day. I think that's what we are saying. That if there's a way, there will be a legislation in that regard because a lot of things happens today, all in the name of love. Especially in this part of the world,
and especially in secondary schools.
You understand?
Don't forget that secondary
Yes.
school.
Yes,
pupils.
in our
Yeah.
schools, and you understand. And that's why I'm saying that government should try to do something, at least to checkmate the excesses of immorality that took place, especially like you just said, Mike, in our schools, primary schools, secondary schools, and even in our tertiary institutions. It's very important, But that notwithstanding, I am a firm believer of, what love should be. I believe in love. I believe, in family. I believe that it is a fulfillment, of something that has already been ordained because the Bible said that God is love. You know, but people, have tried over time to actually abuse that word called love. But for me, at this point, irrespective that we have these current challenges, and the patriotic spirit of so many Nigerians are beginning to have, go down. If before now, we start seeing red flags everywhere. But I'm not saying that people are not going to, take their families to picnic or to ShopRite or to beach or to whatever. It is what it should be encouraged. But what we are talking about is that, it is also should be a period, we can visit orphanages, we can visit the less privileges, we can show what love is really all about, and not the other way of it. That's my take on that. And if there's a way government can, go about bring a kind of legislation so that we can be able to, especially in our secondary schools, our children that are upcoming there should be able to, they should be able to have some of these excesses checked, you know.
They need some orientation.
Yes, yes, on that regard, you understand,
yeah.
so that they can, grow with it, and at the end of the day, we continue to have the kind of society everyone should be proud of in terms of morals.
Yeah, Michael, thank you so much. Why are we celebrating it in Loki?
Uh, well, the current situation now, that to be very honest with you, this is the first time we are seeing an increase of 40% of food prices in less than 1 month. So the 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 burden, the hardship, the it's unbearable for most families now in Nigeria, especially those who cannot be able to afford 3 square meal in a day. If you're able to go around, you understand. People are not. The love is not. I think in Nigeria now, I don't think that anybody should be talking about love now. Because what would have added, that feelings, make that feelings what it is no longer there. That's the wherewithal, the money. People cannot be able to. So that's why you are seeing everything has been in the low key. Even the Nigerian independence, was not celebrated. You understand, like what it used to be. And this thing should be a source of worry to Nigerian leaders. Why are Nigerians themselves losing that spirit of patriotism, that patriotic spirit, that together, that unity, this is our country. I think, it's beginning to have a kind of, people are not longer interested in anything that has to do with, Nigeria. So, people are just looking at how is this government going to fix these things, how are we going to survive first, how am I going to have my family take, have their 3 square meals in a day. A lot of things are going now. In the mind of every Nigerian now. I'm not talking about politicians. Those guys are too comfortable. When they go to their house, they will tell you, they so how I'm going to take care of my family at the end of the day. These are the things that is bothering an average Nigerian for now. But that notwithstanding, Nigerians love, to be loved. That is just the way it is.
Okay, on the platform, we have people greeting you, saying good morning to you, Michael. And we have people saying happy Valentine to every one of us. Yeah, I think I need to change your name. We now have 3 Michaels on the program. Michael Anchor, that's Michael Adekunle, Michael Oyedepo, and yours. Michael what?
Chinedu.
Michael Chinedu. Okay, let me call you MC. MC Michael Chinedu. All right, let's quickly talk about insecurity in the country. As of yesterday, if I'm not making a mistake, the security chiefs were in a closed-door meeting with the senators. I know it's about the security challenges we are facing. This has been going on for a very long time, which we have not seen an end to. Now, in Zamfara, 2 policemen were killed and 40 persons were abducted. Zamfara. Is it that the police are not doing well, the military are not doing well to tame people, to stop this people? Or what do you think is happening? Don't forget that one of the persons supplying, I think it's an ex-soldier supplying bandits, this terrorist, camouflage, was arrested, a few days ago. But don't you think they still need to do more in order to stop these evil acts, Michael?
They said, I don't know how I'm going to put it. They said necessity is the mother of invention. When you look at what is happening now, it's not a matter of calling meeting up and down at the end of the day. This is what we experienced during previous government, always a meeting with service chiefs. At the end of the day, nothing is happening. But what I'm saying is that why not this guy? If they actually want, if some people are not benefiting from this racket of insecurity, then just look at it that the security situation is being sabotaged.
It's been sabotaged.
Yes, and those who are sabotaging it are making billions of naira from it. That is just the way it is. Can this thing, come and think of it, can this kind of security challenges for over 2 decades continue in a place like America, where we have Nigeria, Nigeria is one of the, have the best army, best whatever, if it is funded, we are funded enough. Federal government are funded enough according to them, if those things are not just propaganda. But away from all this is what somebody like Gani Adams, is saying. When you listen to him, you know that this ethnic lord himself knows that if this system, these security challenges we are having for over 30 decades, it has not been checkmated, has not been brought to at least considerable level where people can go and sleep with their 2 eyes open. Does that mean something is wrong? It's been sabotaged. Now, not to accuse, okay, you are the cause, I'm the cause at the end of the day. Why don't government themselves that understand that this is a solution of how to tackle the issue of security? Sit down and evaluate those ideas that can bring about, security in Nigeria. Gani Adams said it. One, he made people to understand that security is local. Restructure the security system. Decentralize this over Abuja thing and over chief of army staff, over this and that. We over meeting. It's not making any impact. Bro, government should be dynamic. If you try this policy, it's not working, you try this other policy. That is why you have the people. That is why it is the people-oriented government. That is why it's democracy. They up there might not be seeing anything because there's a lot of paparazzi going around them. They might not even know whether the price of Gary is 3,000 naira per cup now. They might not know whether a bag of rice is 100,000. They might not know. But when people who are traditional rulers, who are ethnic lords, who are representatives of the people are talking about a particular issue, I think they should be listened to. And for me, I believe what Gani Adams said, that security is local. And for you to achieve this, we need to decentralize. Okay, look at the Labour Party man, Peter Obi's, towing almost the same line, trying to advise the federal government, to allow governors to handle security issues in their states. You understand? These are the measures that need to be taken. I don't know why. I don't know why they are dragging, over this security issue. Sometimes I sit down, it baffles me, that are these people actually patriotic? No, that is not the truth. These people that call themselves leaders, do they actually love Nigeria? I believe at that level they are not hungry. They are not looking for money. Everything about them,
Are you sure they're not looking for money?
No, you should understand what I mean. You should understand what I mean.
Comfortable.
Yeah, to an extent they are.
Yeah.
They can think, they can reason. You understand? That's what I'm trying to. The message I'm trying to pass. You understand? Because most of the things that come to them, was as a result of the office they're occupying. Most of them they get it free. You understand?
They are not hungry.
You understand?
Got more than heart can desire.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but these are the things we are talking about. Then, why not take that decision that the National Assembly, this guy from Kogi State was shouting that they should shut down Nigerians are dying. They should just close down this shop called National Assembly. For what? And let everybody go and sit down and find a solution to what is happening in Nigeria. People are being killed. Nigerians are dying on daily basis. Then, secondly, you have to look at it from another angle. The issue of caliphate, very important. The issue of religion, the issue of ethnicity. We might not dive into that. But what we're saying is that the solution to insecurity in Nigeria is to decentralize the security architecture with the federal government currently.
All right, now away from that, let's quickly talk about what the president did to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Because we can't condemn them, we can't criticize them. They tried. They played against the host country, Cote d'Ivoire, and the president has done something wonderful. I don't know if it
for him, he has been working for him. But at that level, you have known that they have really studied him, watched him, and they came up with that kind of aggression. You understand? Super Eagles to the corner for almost 90 minutes.
Honestly.
You understand? They couldn't able to even for a good 90 minutes. Just one goal shot, one shot at the post, one shot at the post. So you are not going to blame anybody for anything. You understand? For me, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, to an extent, deserve what Tinubu at this moment has given to them as an honor and also to encourage others. So it's a welcome development and support them for that.
Michael Chinedu, I appreciate you for making a contribution on the phone. Thank you. All right, Matthew, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael Adekunle.
Matthew Lukolu, welcome on the program.
Thank you for having me.
All right, happy Valentine's Day.
I do not celebrate Valentine.
Where are you going today?
I'm not going anywhere because what you call Valentine is not rooted in the scripture. It's not rooted in the scripture, and if you look at the way they go about it, they abuse it. All you see is sexual immorality, drinking, clubbing. You begin to ask if actually they say Valentine live the life of love, that he exchanged gifts when from incarceration, he extended gift to maybe a lady, which is served from Saint Valentine, and they were trying to commemorate what he represents. And what you see people do is clubbing, drinking, sexual morality, just like we see what happened during Christmas celebration. It's quite unfortunate that the society is getting it wrong.
But we've not had it bad like this in terms of celebrating this day. What's happening, Matthew?
No, we have not had it bad in terms of the Nigerian economy or what.
Now, the celebration.
If it's
You
in
can see
terms
it
of
everywhere.
if it's in terms of Nigerian
I can't
economy,
even see the red colors.
let me quickly tell you that
People are
Buhari's government is a mistake that shouldn't have happened to Nigeria. And it's quite unfortunate that we have to stay here because let me be honest with you. I felt we have seen the worst under Buhari. I felt no matter who win, whether it be Atiku, Tinubu, that we cannot have it as worse as Buhari's era. But unfortunately, we are here applauding Buhari over and above Tinubu. Though Tinubu is in the saddle, he still has the opportunity to correct the anomalies. But I want to encourage him to be bold enough to be courageous to right the wrong. We've been saying it over and over. You know, for like some time, I read some article from the phone. At the point, Taiwo Dudade was saying, I now read from phone. But the reason I was doing that is because I want the world to know, see where the government is getting it wrong. So that somebody will not start asking, where is your proof? For instance, why should you increase tariff on imported goods at this time? Knowing that we are an import-dependent economy, knowing that we are not producing, why should you increase tariff on imported goods, imported vehicles? And you are looking for where the problem, what is the problem? And you are the one causing the problem. Why don't federal government ask CBN to reverse those increase in tariff of imported goods? You are looking for foreigners to meet our dollar obligation. I have a company that is into automobile, Innocent Motor. Why don't you urgently and quickly make a policy that will ban importation of a category of a vehicle that is being manufactured by Innocent? So that you free some dollar. Instead, you know what they are doing? They are saying that the money Nigerians use for medical bill abroad, money they use for education, meaning they want to discourage them from going to school abroad and they cannot provide better education here. And these people are running there to get greener pasture. So I think, and look at another issue. When they wanted to look for a solution of kidnapping, they went and criminalized ransom paying. I begin to ask, if a government personality is not kidnapped, will government allow the person to die there on the altar of there is a law banning ransom paying? So for me, I think the government have a responsibility to look inward, revisit all these policies that are not working for purpose of reviewing them.
The World Congress has said that to be going on strike if the federal government fails to meet up its own agreements with them. But I asked myself a question. I think last year there, were, there was a meeting between the several meetings were held. A particular one where they told the federal government to pay the 5,000 naira minimum wage, right, to the government workers. These are some of the agreements which the federal government has not fulfilled. But I ask myself this question: are Nigerians going to buy into the idea of going on strike when
No,
there's hunger in the land?
the issue is,
The NLC has said that it may be demanding 1 million naira minimum wage, especially in this worsening economic situation. Martin, you have anything to say?
the issue is, it's not about whether they will accept to embark on industrial action. It's a function of who is member of organized labor. You and I, we are not part of it. What is the percentage of labor union members in Nigeria compared to Nigerian population of over 250 million people? Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying they don't have right to fight for their rights. They do. But to be factual with you, I don't have confidence in the ability of the leadership of organized labor to fight for its members. Though I'm not one of their members, but I don't have, because over the years, not over the years anyway, over the months, I've seen an Ajaero-led NSC that have not been able to demonstrate with power to stand and fight for its members. I said it here the other, whether it's on this platform or another platform, there are two things are bound to happen. One is the federal government will rush to National Industrial Court, get an order restraining labor, organized labor from embarking on strike or industrial action, then or protest as the case may be. Haven't done that, they will start issuing threats. That if you do, we are going to institute contempt of court proceedings against you. That is threats. Then the second one is they invite them to Ajaero, have a clandestine meeting with them. When they come out, the next thing you hear is we want to postpone we haven't listened to the government, we want to postpone the strike or protest and allow for more consultation. So under Oshiomhole was everywhere on Nigerian streets, protesting every federal government obnoxious policy. It was a passenger that tried to vulcanize NSC into NSC and TUC. That didn't even deter Oshiomhole. Oshiomhole was everywhere, shouting his electorate to Africa, shouting slogans of labor. And he was able to make federal government rescind some decisions, policies that were antithetical to the people as at that time. What can we say of the current leadership of NSC? I don't have confidence in them. So I see them as wasting time. I see them as, I don't know, I cannot accuse them whether they sell out. But what I'm saying in essence is, I don't have confidence in the ability to engage with federal government.
The award given to the Super Eagles, do they think they really deserve it? Do you think the president has done well?
Don't forget that this is the era of politics. Mr. President wants to play politics with it. You know why? Before now, Nigerian footballers who exemplify themselves by winning hardly get a reward from Nigerian government. And even when there's a promise, federal government hardly fulfill the promise. So it's a way of playing politics. Don't get it twisted. It's a good development that are being rewarded for their efforts. There's no argument about that. Because if you are going into such tournaments, competition, and you are aware that your government, at the end of the day, if you triumph, there's something as good as a landed property waiting for you, maybe an award, I think it will encourage you to put in your best. So for me, I think the president did well. Even irrespective of the fact that he is playing politics, but he did well.
Okay, so okay. All right, thank you so much. Do we have callers on the line? Let's see. You can drop the comment section. So drop the link on the comment section for viewers to call in. All right, Martin. Now on insecurity, is this administration doing well?
Let me tell you one thing. There is only one thing that can make this government, or any other government for that matter, at the center, to address insecurity in Nigeria. Let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. I read that in Benue State, in one of the senatorial districts, across many local governments anyway, in the space of 3 months, about 500 persons have been killed. Mr. Ahmed, let me tell you that what we are having in Nigeria is not short of Fulani herdsmen excesses. Let's face the fact. Once the president have the courage to address insecurity from the point of going against those killer herdsmen, we'll get the solution. As long as you are still painting it, romancing it, like what we saw in Benue, in Plateau State, where Fulani herdsmen invaded communities.
Can you smoke a bit? Sorry. All right.
Killed so many persons. And federal government, instead of going into the bushes where they are hibernating, they started looking for how to reconcile terrorists to make sure that they cohabit with the host communities. If you terrorize the people, if you kill the people, identify those people, prosecute them to act as deterrent to others. You cannot tell us, I'm not saying it's good to go about a reprisal attack, but let the government have the power to investigate, arrest, and prosecute, do the needful. It wasn't even surprising that after the massacre of people in Plateau State, they discovered a corpse, a Fulani corpse, a corpse of a Fulani man. They went and started arresting indigenes from IDP camps, people who have been traumatized, who have been displaced. They started arresting them. Meanwhile, the terrorists themselves, the Fulani herdsmen who killed and maimed, raped, burned down houses, they were in the bushes, unchallenged. So if the president, and that is what we, if we do it, if Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu does it, I will give it my 100% encouragement and support. Because under Muhammad Buhari, we understood that this is their person. He don't want to do anything against them. But I think we should see a Tinubu that is doing things differently. I was happy when I discovered that the chairman of Mieti Allah was arrested on account of that secretary they formed in Nasarawa State. Because even after DSS denied that he was not arrested, I read about yes, their chairman. I read about someone saying that he will go to court to enforce the man's fundamental human rights if he's not released. I'm not saying his fundamental human rights should be abused. But what I'm saying is that these people have made so many utterances in the past that needed him to come and explain to the government. Someone like Shegumi should come and do some explanation. But let me leave Shegumi out of it. If this government must address insecurity, they must face killer herdsmen. That's the truth.
All right, sounds on the line. Good morning to you. Where are you calling us from?
Yeah, morning, Mr. Michael. I'm
It's
calling
Sean.
from.
Sean.
Is it a Chinese person?
Can you hear
Good
me?
morning. How are you doing, sir?
Hello.
Clearly, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm calling from UK, and I've been calling a while, even before the football when you guys were talking about the unity in the country. So, I've been listening to this program. Sometimes I just laugh when I come online, and it seems everyone is at fault in that country, starting from you, press yourself. This is a country where you say you are suffering. you are suffering, and even the foreign countries are doing the homework for you, in the sense of letting you know that yeah, the person you put there is a criminal, uh, by showing the results, or by showing you guys that you didn't go to school. And the next thing we are seeing is he's updating his Wikipedia. Somebody that is Bat, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, all of a sudden became Bola Adekunle Tinubu. And you press did not even go further in analyzing this issue. It just shows that you are not all serious. That's the situation, I'll say. Everyone is not serious in that country. Because as a press man, I expect you to have read the FBI report to actually show you 5,000 pages. I had to go on it and I just smiled that, yeah, this is the kind of president you have in the country. If you actually read it, you yourself will know that yes, there is no point talking about this president. There are so much atrocities committed in the United States, and you expect something to be done in that country. Nothing is going to be done because you put the wrong person there. So everybody in Nigeria should understand that there is a problem, and it has to do with the press. So going further, you have senators, House of Rep, and sometimes I just laugh and say, "What do you know the assignment of House of Rep? The only thing you guys do is you call these people honorables. Honorables for what? What's the honorary degree that you are giving them? Their job is to actually represent you guys, go in there, sort the problem that this is the situation in this country. But immediately they get there, you guys just give them the certificate of their honorables. They became rich. All they do is just go in there and just enjoy themselves 4 years, come back, give 5,000 to get another 4 years. So the problem is there's a lot of problem in that country that I don't even know where you guys are going to start. And everybody should take the responsibility. This is a country where we have MPs, members of parliament. All you have to do is just, if you have issue in your constituency, just go in there and talk to them personally. They are just normal people like any other person. But Nigeria is the only place I'm seeing that, yeah, the honorables are billionaires. They enjoy themselves. All they do is just go in there, drive big cars, and you guys keep praising them and say, yes, senator, representative, honorables. So this problem
I go
is a
to
long
stretch it.
problem, and you
Huh?
have to go to
I go to bring
even
salt now.
you have to go to
If
the
it
wig
will reach
ways
it,
and all these
it might
people.
affect us.
How do they make their money? All these guys just go in
The oil
there,
might affect
buy
us.
dollars, make billions of nairas, and what do? They don't do nothing to the country. But it's so sad
To
that you
give
come in
space.
here every single morning to talk about the problem of Nigeria. When is all the foundation? If the foundation of a building is bad, trust me, that house is not going to hold. So there is a big issue. It starts with the president, the people representing. Nobody cares. And that's why I say even press have to do their job. The truth have to be told. You have to let them know this is the situation. And Nigeria is the only country I know that situation comes, it goes down. Mubad was killed. Yeah, and we want justice. We want justice. Where has it gone since then? No one knows. It's finished. So no one take it serious because they just know that you just go to back and that's the end of it. So please, there are so much things that has to do, and I think you press have a lot to do by saying the truth and for the people to know that yeah, this is the situation. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate your time. All right, Raphael, good morning to you.
I think we are going to
Good morning
cheat.
to you, Raphael.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Fine.
All right, Ebola just spoke. Let's concentrate what we're doing. Ebola just spoke this morning and talked about this administration. He said we are all crying, lamenting, complaining about this administration, but we've forgotten that what brought in the present administration. I won't say it's illegal, I don't know. You also talked about the documents of the president that was forged. Of course, you know the whole drama and saga
Forgery.
surrounding
He forged
the
certificates.
Chicago State
Yes.
University. You said,
Document forgery.
yeah, so what do you expect from that kind of administration? What
That's
do you expect
good.
from that kind of
He, he,
president?
he has
That
spoken
we
well.
are all the cause of what we are currently facing in the country.
I reject it in Jesus' name. I'm not part of it. People like me will never be part or a party to it.
we were the one that intensifying criticism, complaint, shouting, spanking at him, spanking at an injustice, getting hold, involving the whole Nigeria. I am not part of the people that brought Tinubu. Tinubu is a forger. He forged certificates. That is me. Everybody knows it, that the power, the mandate he collected wasn't his. Actually, the Nigerian people did not want him. They did not bring him in. Illegally, he mounted on that power, and there is nothing good in overwhelmingly. I think you understand. This time around, it was a man that the whole world approved, certified okay. That is in the person of the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi. And we all voted for Peter Obi. And this time around, somebody mounted himself because he got too much money. He has too much money. He used his money and bought INEC. And you are still telling me that I'm part of the system or the power or mandate that brought Tinubu in. No.
Is it that we didn't stand up for justice?
No,
We
no, no.
need to fight for our rights. That's what this man.
Okay, we didn't stand for justice. Listen and listen.
Fight the administration.
Thank you so much.
What brought in the administration? I think that's what he's trying to say.
I say, let me tell you. Let me tell you right now. The last regime, the other one, was a man we all knew. Not peradventure, or perhaps I won't use the word. Did not pass WAEC, GCE. Nigerians overlook it because we have some foolish men as elites in Nigeria, as billionaires in Nigeria, as politicians in Nigeria. That's why we allow a man that did not get WAEC, pass WAEC to rule Nigeria. Do you know what Robert Mugabe, late Robert Mugabe, blessed memory of Zimbabwe, said? After AU meeting in Abuja, he said, how could you? The last time an military illiterate ruled in Africa, a country on this continent of Africa, was from 1972-73, I think, to 1978. That was during the regime of Alhaji Idi Amin Dada. An illiterate that ruled Uganda, and you see the aftermath of that administration. History keep on telling us on and on, over time, about what transpired in the 1970s in Uganda. Many films were enacted, many stories in that regard. 90 minutes at Entebbe. Yes, that was a big mistake on the side of that country. And see our own here. Someone that did not get GCE ruled Nigeria for 8 years. Dwarf, crawling gorilla. We are no longer giant of Africa. Today is Valentine and there's no red. Every Valentine days in the previous years, I knew 80s, 90s, early. Let me tell you, we see everywhere red, 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 red. But today, what we are seeing here is yellow buses, yellow shirts, black shirts, brown, everybody putting on white. Look at all of them. Nobody's putting pure red because we lack many things. Our economy is what? Crushed. We are experiencing excruciating economic situation in this part of the world.
There's a breaking news here. There's a fire outbreak in Computer Village.
Oh my God.
Lagos.
Fire.
Shots being raised.
Oh my God.
Presently. So,
presently now. Fire outbreak in Computer Village. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. It's not up to 100 meters where they have a fire service there now. It's very close there. I think they should go there and take care of the situation. Yes.